Hey, shalom everyone. This is Kris Shoemaker, also known as Yehudah ben Shomeyr, and welcome to the Daily Drash. Today's Daily Drash is taken from Deuteronomy chapter 30, starting at verse 6, and it says, Adonai your God will circumcise your heart and the heart of your descendants until you love Adonai your God with all your heart and soul, and so have life. So I want to talk about circumcision of the heart. This is kind of a little touchy subject, so I'm going to try to be as discreet as possible. But circumcision of the heart, that's obviously an analogy regarding the male organ of reproduction. And the natural state of the male organ of reproduction is a sheath, a fleshy sheath that goes over the head of the male organ. And what that does, it protects the male organ and it desensitizes the male organ. With that sheath, you can't have as much pleasure. You're not as sensitive. But when a man is circumcised and the foreskin of the male organ is removed, then the head of the organ is exposed. All of the nerves is exposed, and so it becomes very sensitive, and one can experience more pleasure. So, knowing that about the physical male organ, let's go to the heart, where it's talking about the circumcision of the heart. So the heart is likened unto the male organ of reproduction, that the heart can develop this fleshy coating over the heart in a spiritual sense. Sometimes we put up walls and build calluses and protect ourselves and insulate ourselves emotionally so that we are desensitized and we don't feel to the very depths. We may do this because we've been burned before, because we've been hurt before, because we've been betrayed, because we've been let down, because we've been disappointed. So therefore we build up the foreskin of our heart to desensitize ourselves so that we won't feel. But it says here that Adonai your God will circumcise your heart. He will take away everything that has desensitized your heart, that has grown over your heart to keep it from truly feeling and sensing things. Adonai your God will circumcise your heart and the heart of your descendants until you love Adonai your God with all your heart and soul, and so have life. So, what's the point of living life if there's no pleasure, if there's no joy? We know that one of the greatest pleasures that God created for mankind is that of sex between a married man and a married woman, a couple. It's the most holy and intimate, pleasurable thing that God has created for mankind. So likening that into the heart, when God circumcises our heart, it says that we will be able to feel again and be sensitive again, and we will fall in love with God all over again. In other words, we will experience intimacy. Not only intimacy and closeness, we will experience pleasure by loving and serving and being intimate with the Lord God. And he said he would do this to our hearts, but to the hearts of our descendants, so that we will have life. And Yeshua says, I've come that you might have life and that you might have it more abundantly, or that you might have it to the full, experience it to the extreme, if you will. He said that in the Gospel of John, I believe. So hopefully I've tackled this sensitive topic in a tactful way and didn't offend anyone or gross anyone out. But, we need to ask God to remove the foreskin of our heart so that we can draw closer to Him. And He's not going to do it by force. He's not going to do it against our will. We've got to want and desire to be close to Him and to draw to Him and to be able to feel again. Now, that's kind of the rub there. We'll be sensitive again to experience God and to fellowship and be intimate with Him, but it will also open us up to be sensitive to the emotions in our human life, where we might get hurt again, we might get burned again, but you know what? We shouldn't steer away from these negative emotions, these emotions that hurt us. We need to experience and feel the emotions as they were meant to be felt, in full to the extreme. Because how are we going to experience true, elated, enraptured joy without experience being burned or being hurt or being betrayed or experiencing these negative emotions. How can you enjoy the mountaintop if you've never been in the valley, right? So we've got to be able to, allow these extremes and allow God to use these extremes in our emotions to teach us, to draw us closer to Him, to have His will and His way in our hearts, lives, and mind. So hopefully I gave you something to think about this morning. Go out there and have a great day. Thanks so much for listening. Shalom and Shavua Tov.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching. And don't forget to check out and subscribe to our social media accounts on Instagram at AD_International, on Facebook at Abraham's Descendants International, on Twitter at ADINT Ministries, and on Blogger at Ray Bash's Ramblings. And don't forget to check out and bookmark our website, abrahamsdescendants.com. Shalom.